are things that I came up with. I just learned from other people and stole them.
That's a good question.
There's no Wi-Fi here, by the way, if anybody knows that. That work? Okay. All right. That's kind of messed up. Oh well. So the HUD properties, that you can see the percentage there that at bottom off the list price. The lowest was 19% of the list price, and the highest was over 50%. I think maybe about one at 60 or 65% or something like that. That work? Okay. 3 different states, yeah, Alabama, Kentucky, Tennessee. 8 HUD houses, so that means the 7 of the deals we did were the courthouse steps. Alabama's non-judicial, if you guys didn't figure that out. That helps a lot with the volume of deals. That Oregon's going to judicial, which really restricts everything, makes it harder. Every one of them was profitable, some more than others, but every one of them we made a profit on the deal. I was just going to talk about this in the beginning a little bit, but I think things like this are a lot better, the RIA groups just in general, if it's more of a discussion, and that's why I put circles and rows. Rows is when someone just stands up here and they just talk at you, and right, it's good for information dump, but I think things like this are a lot better when it's rows. It's more of a discussion. So hopefully, we're just asking questions, sharing information. Any questions that you have or anything like that. Okay, so HUD. And this applies to the courthouse transactions or whatever. HUD's kind of the low-hanging fruit right now, we found. And again, it doesn't negate any other strategies or sources for REOs or anything. It's just that what we found. And they will allow simultaneous closings, so you can buy and sell on the same day, like I mentioned, which is a good thing. But they won't allow assignments, so you guys probably recognize that's the same kind of strategy as an assignment without the money out of your pocket. But you can do a simultaneous closing, same thing. You just have to have a buyer, of course, to go to closing. HUDhomestore.com. That's where the technology comes in. And Liz, you're asking about blasting offers out, right?
Yeah.
So with HUD Home Store, you can do that. Where it's harder to do with other strategies.
Can investors get in?
Can investors
right
what?
away? Can investors get in right away?
30 days.
30 days.
Yeah. That was the one I told you guys about. I mean, the purchase price for the rent is what? What is that? 2-3%? They bought it for 17. They're renting it for $675. That's over 3%, isn't it? Rent to purchase price going to 4%.
How do you scout these properties out though? Do you initially find them on the internet and then send people to look at them, or what's your process as far as evaluating whether it's something you want to invest in?
Yeah, HUDhomestore.com, great, yeah. Killer site.
But then you find something, do you actually send someone out there to?
We don't do any due diligence until we get a counter, and then we'll do some due diligence, walk the street, Google Maps, right? That whole due diligence process, which is a whole separate thing. But really, we don't really do due diligence until an offer is accepted, because then the clock starts ticking. But again, if you're buying something at 19%, or you get your offer accepted at 20, 30, 40, 50%, it's not a whole lot of exposure. Which again, back to your question, Susan, I was starting with my own money, so if I had to take title on it closed for $7,000, I'm not gonna die or something. So it's a good way to learn. You guys know what a HUD home is?
Yeah.
I found there's a lot of people, there's misconceptions and stuff, and that's good. Don't tell too many people about it. Explain it, because most agents don't even understand it, and agents are great. I love agents. If you're a real estate agent, you're awesome. But a lot of them, they don't really understand it. And people, I've heard a lot of agents warn people off about it. That's a HUD property. But anybody can buy them. It was an FHA loan, right? And they foreclosed on it. HUD, Housing and Urban Development, took it, and now they've got it. And they're just like most lenders. They're not in the real estate business. They just want to get rid of the property. Where's your name tag? Killing me.
Put it on, I was late. I wanted to know if, let's see, a FHA home is the same thing as a USDA home, if that would be applicable in a different state.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture.
USD,
Yeah.
like type loan.
Yeah, I don't know. It's different than HUD, but I don't know too much about USDA. It's kind of like VA. I don't really. I'm not an expert. I just know it's different than HUD.
USDA and usually a rural property.
Yeah.
Outside the city limits of Springfield, UG,
Yeah.
you can get a USDA loan.
I think so. Yeah. You're right.
So if it's
Not
like
inside.
a country area, considered country.
Yeah. Probably pretty low volume compared to HUD, I would think. Low number of properties. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I've run across some, but not a lot. I don't know them that well.
Another thing is, in order to avoid, say, all of the closing costs we have to pay for double close or simultaneous close, what about, this is a creative strategy I read off some blog, is that you would take a home, a subject home, and you would put it under an LLC.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And then you would sell that LLC off to an investor.
Yeah.
And then therefore it would be somewhat like an assignment clause,
Yeah.
but without directly being an assignment clause. I know that strategy is something that you would use with REOs.
Yeah. I think you could use that with HUD. I think I know people that have. We just didn't. But I think that's fine.
That would work to avoid all the closing costs.
Yeah, I think maybe you won't. Some of it's just kind of. I don't know. I don't like trying to be sneaky or anything. You know. Someone else have another question? Liz? Yeah.
Doesn't HUD have kind of a priority list about who can buy their houses first?
Yep. Yep.
Like owner occupied.
Uh-huh.
And so you just wade through that process?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then just wait until it's your turn.
Yeah. So they have they have all kinds of things, right? I mean, it's the government. So they got Good Neighbor Next Door program, where if you're a teacher or a firefighter or whatever, you can buy during this period. You get this huge discount and stuff. So it's basically 30 days. They call that. None of them are there. These are all extended, but it's exclusive. They're exclusive period for 30 days. And then if it makes it past that, then it's called extended status after that 30 days. And so I just pulled up a screenshot here. These are all in the extended status. Now, I do know people that have set up nonprofits so that they could purchase during that first exclusive period. Right? Again, that kind of comes into the sneakiness. I'm an investor. I'm just going to say I'm an investor. I'm not going to help the community with my nonprofit stuff. Yeah. And Annie?
Yeah, if you don't do any due diligence, what do you base your original offer on?
Oh, that's a great question. Again, that's just something I stole from somebody. I stole from a guy in Ohio that last year bought and sold 94 HUD properties in Ohio. So what he did is he started off at a low percentage, 19, 30, 40%, and he went up 1% until he got accepted or right. And I went to that. Then if I get a counter, then we'll look at it and say, hey, can we pay more than that percentage? So we'll look at the neighborhood, look at what we think the ARV is, do we have wholesale buyers there, what can we sell it for? And so then we may pay more than those percentages. But it's just making a ton of offers. And when you get counters back, I mean, you guys know you make offers, and most of the time, nothing. They won't even counter. But if you get a counter, now I heard a guy say you got them in the glue, right? There's something going on now. You're engaged. Does that make sense?
So you just arbitrarily pick 19%.
I picked it because that's what he did, and he sold bought sold 94. Yeah.
So you'll use that number on any property, basically, as your starting point.
Yeah, if it's priced, yeah. I think I might have that in here a little bit further. I'll show you. This is just a screenshot here of, I just pulled up by county. You can look at by county. You can see some of the prices there. Obviously, it's a lot different than Lane County. They'll give you little things, whether the prices are reduced. You can see the bed and bath, the listing period. These would all be available for investors. The bid opens and ends every day, so it's midnight. I think it opens at midnight, closes at midnight, that kind of thing.
So you put a bid in on the same property day after day after day?
Yeah, we've done it that way. Again, that's the guy in Ohio. That's the way he did it, and some other people I know that do it. Again, it's an automated system, so it's not like you're calling somebody, you're talking to somebody, here's my offer, right, back and forth. You can enter a new offer every day.
And he goes 19, 20, 21%.
Yeah, 1% a day, yeah. Yep.
Travis, how many offers do you figure you make for each one that you end up having accepted?
I haven't really tracked that. I just know I made 123 offers before I got my first one accepted.
Nice.
And I remember that because I was so frustrated. I got a coach, like probably a lot of you had, in kind of a mentorship program with a guy. And I made 123 offers. This is stupid. I mean, what am I doing? And then I got one accepted. Sometimes I think that's the way it works.
Were you able to make those offers online, or were you having to do them all through a human being on the other end?
Start out by emailing. It's the same thing. It's building relationships with people. So I started by emailing the agent. I'd like to make this offer. And once we kind of figured out what we were doing, and he got it, which is probably 1 out of 100 agents really get it. Again, not they're bad people. They're just not tuned into the investment market. They just don't. If you said wholesale or whatever, they just wouldn't. It's just not their world. So emailing, and then this is the big secret, and not a lot of agents will do this, so I won't pretend that anybody's going to do this for you. But once we build relationships with agents, they gave us their NAID number, and we made the bids directly on HUD's website. So they didn't have to do anything. But think about it for them, right? They're going to get 3% or 6% if it's in their area for doing nothing. They don't have to go out and check, measure for drapes, all that stuff. This is, if you click on one of those properties, now here's the thing about HUD, and Annie was asking about due diligence, you get more information up front about HUD than you do about other properties. So that gives you a little bit more information that helps. So you can see, I mean, quite a bit of information there, right? Notice the list price is $75,000. The as-is is $75,000. So the as-is is what they appraised it at, and HUD's appraiser, and the list price, they start at what they appraised it at. If that list price was lower, now it's 67.5. Well, now they've reduced it by 10%, right? And they'll just keep reducing it pretty regularly as it's on the market. You guys see where it says FHA financing is kind of small, isn't it? But it says uninsured, uninsurable. That means it probably, they've determined it probably needs more than $5,000 in repairs. So it kind of gives you an idea of what condition it's in. They don't even have a repair escrow because they don't. It's more than the $5,000.